Hello friends. So I think y'all know that I am, a lover of nature and solstices and equinoxes and seasonal changes and all kinds of things along those lines. And it is the summer solstice, the longest day here in the northern hemisphere. And so I'm going to put this video out a little early so that hopefully maybe y'all can do this with me. A couple of suggestions. If you're doing it in the morning, I'll try to get it up as soon as I can, so it'd be like more like mid-afternoon or something. Maybe you set your mat up outside if you have somewhere outside where you can do it, or you can actually feel the sun on you, or in the grass, on concrete, etc. You might face east so that you're facing the way the sun rises. If you're doing it in the evening, you might face west as following the line of the sun setting, right? Just some suggestions. You could just have it in your living room and do it there too. Nothing wrong with that, right? But maybe open a window or two if the temperature is okay and get in contact with nature. I think we separate ourselves out from nature so very much, and I think that's one of the downfalls of human beings, quite honestly. So try to engage, realizing you're a part of nature, become a part of nature, and whatever way that means to you in this moment. You can always hit pause to set up. Once you're set up, come on back and find that long, long spine. Using only the necessary muscles to lengthen that spine and maintain that stacking of the bones, but then soften everything else. Hopefully the belly is nice and soft and you can start to tune into that soft belly breath. And we're going to add on in a moment here, we're going to do bellows breath, right? Kapalabhati. And that is a passive inhale and a forceful exhale. You might want to blow your nose before you do this breath, right? And so it sounds something like this. You can go faster or slower. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, or you haven't done this breath, you could always do another video and that has just this breath, this breathing technique. But otherwise, you can put your hands on your belly and you might be able to feel how when you exhale, right, that belly moves back towards the spine and the diaphragm pushes up into the lungs. So let's try and do 36 of those. Inhale. And pause. Come back to soft belly breathing. Bring your arms out, turn the palms up. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale as you bring your hands together into the center. Pause in front of the heart. Bow the head in and set an intention for your practice today. And maybe taking a moment and giving gratitude to that sun. We would not be here without it, and I mean that quite literally. Makes all of this life possible, yeah? Bring those hands down, lift the chin, open the eyes. And we're actually going to come into child's pose. So if you're sitting on a block, move that block, right? And if you want to have any kind of cushion underneath your knees, go ahead and add that. And we're going to activate it right off the bat. So as I come down, right, into my child's pose, I'm going to go ahead and have my palms and finger pads pushing down so my forearms gently lift up. So there is activity in the upper body, but can you soften the hips? Let the hips have their full weight and let those hips just slowly soften down towards your heels, lengthening that low back. Take another breath there. Walk your hands over to the right and come back into that. Hands are about shoulder distance or wider, right? So it's the same pose. I'm just bringing it off to the right side. I'm pushing down, my forearms lift, my hips are heavy, particularly the left hip. And walk through center over to the left. And again, find that same child's pose, right? It's just off to the side, Parshva, side, Balasana, child's pose. Breathe into that right side body. And come back to center. Moving into downward dog. Inhaling up to hands and knees. Curl the toes under. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Bend those knees a little bit first round here, right? And start to push that right heel down as you bend the left knee, lengthening your right leg. And then bend the right knee and lengthen that left leg any amount. And come back to center. This time when you straighten the right leg and bend the left knee, sway the hips a little to the left and say hi to your right side. Back through center. As you straighten your left leg and bend your right knee, sway the hips a little to the right and breathe. Come back to center, both heels reaching down a little bit, right? Keep the spine long. We're going to come up on our tippy toes and bend our knees and step our right foot all the way forward. Let's bring the left knee down, uncurl, and inhale up into a low lunge. So we're going to go to Sun Salutations. I just want to warm a couple of big muscle groups up, right? Pull the frontal hip points up and lengthen. Right hand on right thigh. Lean over to the left and lengthen out of that left side waist. Back to center, hands down, switching legs out. So stepping back to downward dog. You could simply switch the legs out, right? And stepping that left foot forward from knees down if you wanted. Right knee down, uncurl the toes. Bring it up into Anjaneyasana. Frontal hip points up, right? Maybe left hand, left thigh, and leaning over to the left to lengthen out of the right side waist. Back through center, bringing the hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. If it's available for you to lift, if you have the blanket down, to move that off to the side, or you could always bring your knees down, of course, but you might be able to just lift one hand. Take an inhale and come up on tippy toes, bend your knees, step your right foot all the way forward, and your left foot all the way forward. Hands on shins, reach the chest forward, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale, hands down through center. Pause at the heart. Take one full breath here. Inhale. Has your body shifted at all since you arrived? Exhale. Bring the arms down. Inhale, arms out and up. Ardha, half. Surya, exhale, fold. Sun, Namaskara Salutation. Hands on shins. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, coming all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Pause for one full breath. Inhale. And exhale, release the jaw and the shoulders. Inhale, arms out and up. Adding on, exhale, fold. Starts out the same. Inhale, chest forward. Bend knees, plant hands, step left foot back. You could bring left knee down if you'd like. Otherwise, inhale up into crescent lunge, right? Frontal hip points still up. Staying there for an extra breath. And bringing the hands down, stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale the left leg up into the air behind you. Exhale it forward between the hands. Right knee down, or leave the knee lifted and come into crescent lunge. You might bend that back knee a little bit so you can find that neutral pelvis. Soften the shoulders and the jaw. Hands down, step forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms out. You can always do hands on hips, elbows up version. It's a little softer on the low back. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause. Inhale. Exhale, notice changes since last time we were here. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, folding in. Chest forward on the inhale. Stepping right foot back and coming up. Inhale. Exhaling, hands down. One breath, one movement this round. Stepping back. Inhale, right leg up. Exhaling it forward. Inhaling into your crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down. and stepping forward. Inhale, lengthening spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, coming up to standing. Exhale, we'll meet with our hands at our heart. One breath. Inhale. Exhale. Adding on. Inhale. Gratitude for that sun. Exhale. Remember, we're facing the sun potentially. Inhale, chest forward. Bend your knees, plant your hands. Step, step, plank. They're called Sun Salutations for a reason, right? We greet the sun. Exhale, coming all the way down to your belly. Just a low cobra this round. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale down. We're going to add a little bit of work while we're down here. Move your legs in together and zip them up, keeping your pinky toes heavy and your inner groin rotating up. Move your elbows in, keep the feet down, and inhale, come up into low cobra, right? But this time, we're doing low cobra, upper body, it's true, but I want you to really focus on zipping your legs in towards the center line, from the outer ankles to the outer shins to the outer thighs to the outer hips. And coming down. Now keep your hands where they are, but this time when you come up, lift your legs a little bit and your chest and head. Get longer still, right? Move the elbows in and zip your legs up from here. And bring that down. You can separate the feet out, curl the toes under, either through a low cobra or through a half push-up. You're going to make your way back to downward dog, and we're going to meet there. You can skip downward dogs and just do extended child's pose or child's pose resting. Inhale the right leg into the air behind you and exhale it forward between the hands, and then step the left foot forward. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms out and up. And exhale, arms down. I might have forgot a lunge in there. I can't remember. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale and fold. I just had a weekend in Portland with friends. Inhale, reach the chest forward, which was fantastic, but my brain's a little dead this morning. Hands on the ground. Step your left foot back and then your right foot. Come down through your push-up. Maybe you hover in chaturanga, maybe not. Maybe you come into low cobra. Maybe your spine feels like it's ready for upward dog. And exhale back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. We're going to inhale the right leg up into the air and bring it forward between the hands. The left heel is going to come down to the ground. Think warrior two. Bend that right knee and the left arm's going to windmill you up into warrior two. Right? Sink those hips in, especially from that. I've been talking about the tighty-whitey, right? The bottom of the tighty-whitey on that right hip, bringing it in. Or left hip, sorry, I'm not mirroring you. Shoulders down, maybe turning and looking over right fingers. Hands swing through windmill. Step back to downward dog or to plank if you want to move through the push-up series. Come through your push-up. Inhale, low cobra or upward dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Breathe. Probably building up some heat. Maybe that breath is becoming more rapid. Inhale, left leg up. Bring it forward between the hands, right heel down. And that right arm's going to windmill you, right? But sink into the bend of that left knee. And once you're up and in, that bottom of the tighty-whitey, the brief line, the right hip moves in. Maybe looking over those left fingertips. Warrior two. Windmilling the hands down. Stepping back to plank. Downward dog if you don't want to do the push-up series. Otherwise, come through the push-up series one more time here. Inhale. On your exhale, come up on your tippy toes. Bend your knees. Step that left foot forward. And the right foot forward. Inhale the chest forward and lengthen that spine. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, reaching those arms out and up. Bring those hands together in front of the heart. Close the eyes, pause. Take about 2 breaths. Noticing the body. Open those eyes, bring those arms down. Let's go through one more variation of a sun salutation, and then we'll move towards our cool down. Inhale, reach those arms out and up. Exhale. Inhale the chest forward. Bend knees, plant hands, step, step, plank. Go to downward dog if you don't want the push-up series. Otherwise, exhale through the push-up. Inhaling into your upper back bend. Exhaling back, we meet in downward dog. Inhale the right leg up into the air behind you. Step it forward, bring the left heel down, but this time we're moving to warrior one, so your body stays facing forward. Inhale those arms out and up. Grab your thumbs, pull your thumbs out into each other. Feel how that can soften your shoulders down and fire up your outer arm line, right? Your outer armpit line. Pull the frontal hip points up so you're not hurting your low back. And bring the hands down. Step back, downward dog or top of a push-up. This will be the last of those push-up series. We've got two more, this one and another one. Inhale, upper back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Bring it forward, right heel down, facing forward. Inhaling up into warrior one. Again, you're going to clasp your thumbs and gently pull the thumbs out into each other. Pull the frontal hip points up so you're not in your low back. Breathe. Bring the hands down. This is the last push-up series today, right? Maybe. But maybe you just go to downward facing dog. I'm starting to lose, so I wouldn't do any more after this one in my own personal practice. That's why that 109 sun salutation thing, oh my gosh. And I've talked to way too many yogis through the years who have hurt themselves doing it. Not my jam. Inhale. Luckily, more and more I'm getting to the point where I don't need to prove myself to anybody, including myself. On an exhale, come up on your tippy toes, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, chest forward. And now you're going to drop your buttocks down, your knees go straight forward. If you can reach your arms forward and sit down into a squat, do. If your hips need to be higher, that is okay. And then come all the way down to the earth. Pull that right heel back, left leg out a little bit. Bring that left arm in. That right arm is going to come up, bicep next to ear. I turn my belly button towards my bent knee, and then I fold in and reach through that side waist. Let that right buttocks be heavy. Inhaling up, turning towards the straight leg with my abdomen. I'm going to fold over that left leg. Right buttocks still heavy. Inhale up, reach those legs back out. Left heel up and in, right leg out. I'm going to turn towards my knee as I bring my right hand in, left arm up, and fold over into that side stretch. And coming up, turning towards the straight leg, folding out over that straight leg. Left buttocks heavy the whole time. Inhale the chest forward and up. Let those legs come on out in front of you. Buttocks in the middle of the mat. We're going to roll down, right? And then from there, you can use a little bit of core on the way down. TV arms out, walk the feet out, and let your knees go back and forth, right to left a couple of times, and windshield wiper. You can turn your head the opposite way of the knees if that feels nice. You don't have to, of course. And the next time you're over to the right, stay there. We've been working that quad line lately. So you're going to pull your left heel back towards your left buttocks a little bit and reach your left knee forward. For some people, that's all you need. For some of my friends, half hero's pose, right? I grab my ankle, I point my toes up towards my armpit, and I let that left knee move forward. Pull my left hip point up towards my chest, and I breathe. And really gently and slowly let that left foot out of wherever it was. Come to center, legs go over to the right. And again, I'm either going to pull that right heel in a little bit towards my buttocks, keeping the foot flexed. I might grab onto that ankle and pull my toes up towards my armpit, right knee forward and right hip towards the chest. And notice I didn't say Do the one you want to do, right? We all wish we could go into that deepest one. Or I don't know, almost everyone I meet always wants to go into that deepest one. But that doesn't mean that's where your work is, right? So be really careful, be honest about that. Go ahead and reach that right leg out. I think that's how we can start to injure our bodies, right? Forcing it into things. Feet stay wide, knees lean in. And then go ahead and bring your arms in. Either way, whichever way you are, one arm's on top, the other's on the bottom, and then you might simply hug. You might move into eagle arms where the forearms cross. All of us have the option of lifting the elbows gently off the chest and a little to the sky. But my upper trap grabbers, I'm going to ask you to soften your traps. And if you can't, you might consider not interlacing the forearms or not lifting the elbows. Where can you keep the upper traps soft? We're retraining them, yeah? Unwind, and the other arm is going to come on top. Simply hugging is an option. Forearm wrap is an option. Elbows lifting off of the chest and up to the sky is an option. But again, I mean, I can't say it enough. You're like, yeah, you can. No, I can't, because I still see it every day that I teach classes, groups of people, right? Are people they want that forearm cross so bad, they want the elbows to lift so bad, but their upper traps are on fire doing all the work. And if so, is it really that much of a benefit if you're working the muscle group that's bulked out already that we're asking not to work? Go ahead and bring those arms into Shavasana style arms. You can leave the legs just as they are, or you can extend them out to straight. Close the eyes. We won't be here for too long today, but I want to take just a couple of moments in stillness. And of course, y'all are watching this on a device, so you could stay here a lot longer if you wanted to. Don't turn this off as we go into Shavasana. Do your Shavasana, right? Soften the muscles of the face, tongue, jaw, shoulders, arms, hands, fingers, chest and upper back, belly, low back, hips, legs, feet, and toes. Bring your awareness back into your breath. Again, feel free to stay right here. Feel free to move or stretch in any capacity, twist, etc. Anything that feels like it's going to just get you ready to come on up to seated. When you're ready, make your way to a seated position or an upright position. Bring those hands together in front of the chest. Take a big ol' inhale. Bow the head in, remembering that intention you set, maybe taking it with you for the rest of your day, maybe setting a new one. And just that gratitude. Again, today I'm sending gratitude towards the sun. You can send it to that or something else if you would like. But it is, the source of all life, so. And namaste.